Erev Tov, everyone. The parsha begins, Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim El Esav Achiv Artso Seir Sdei Edom. Yaakov sends a message, he sends messengers to Esav, and with a whole speech. In Lavan Garti, Vaychararoto, and Vaylisho V'Chamor, V'Eshlecha Lahagid, I am sending it to you because I know that you're interested in me. So after 20 years of no contact with Esav, and why does he start up? Why does he take the initiative? So there are two streams in the Chazal that look at this, and they're, so to speak, opposite, except that they deal with choices that we have in life, that sometimes one stream is the one we should follow, and sometimes the other stream is the one that we should follow. So one stream is, Rashi brings, he's prepared, L'doron, L'tfilo, L'milchama, he's prepared to give gifts to Esav, to mollify him. He realizes that he can't, so to speak, exist in the world without having a relationship with Esav. So he's going to pray to heaven, if necessarily he'll fight. But Esav is a reality to him, and it's an unavoidable reality. And he has to prepare for it. So we see in the parsha that he prepares, he splits his camps, he organizes his children. He's prepared to deal with Esav. That's one stream, so to speak. The second stream is critical of Yaakov. There's a pasuk in Mishlei that if you hold a dog, if you grab a dog by its ears, that's I'll read low, low. You're starting up with an argument, it's got nothing to do with you. What do you start up here? What are you sending the messengers? What do you write to him? Why do you give him a gift? The gift is, it'll be too much, or it'll be too little, he'll misunderstand. Little, ignore him. Forget it. And that stream says that because he started up with Esav, so even though Esav himself didn't damage Yaakov, but the Malach of Esav, the Samach Mem, that Malach in heaven that represents this retribution of Esav, was the Malach that wrestled with him and crippled him. So he brought it on himself. So Machlekes in the Midrashim also as to who the Malach is. Whether the Malach is Samach Mem, which is the Samuel, which is the evil Malach, however we'll understand that. And there is, the Targum says it was the Malach Michael, who's our guy. But that's a different lecture you didn't pay for, and you're not going to get. So there are two separate ways of looking at this. The first way is, you know that Esav is there, You know that Esav has feelings regarding what happened. You know that Esav is a dangerous person. So we want to, so to speak, be prepared. We want to see if we can mollify him. If we can make a situation where he won't pursue us, he'll leave us alone. We're not prepared to be his brother. Esav says, come with me. Yaakov says, no, I'm not going, I can't. But we want to live with Esav. So whatever it takes to live with Esav, give him gifts, so we'll give him gifts. We'll constantly pray to heaven to protect us. Sometimes necessarily we'll have to fight. But we're not ignoring Esav. Esav is an omnipresent reality in our existence. The second stream is, what do you got to do with Esav? Stay in the base medrash and learn. What are you bothering with Esav? I'll read low. Now, oftentimes, we all have the experience that we're afraid of situations that never happen. We imagine dangers. We imagine problems. And we're beset by those problems, even though they're not real and they may never come to fruition. That's certainly true in terms of economics, investments, etc. But it's true in life generally. Family life, societal life. We always imagine what if. And that's Riv Lo. The Gemara says the famous statement that Moshe Rabbeinu said, Kaviochel to heaven, Dayo Litzoro Bishato. Let's wait and see, you know. Don't have to bring up, the Rabboni Shalom said, my name is Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh. Ehyeh Imam B'Golas Zu, Asher Ehyeh, I'll be with them with other Golas and two. So Moshe Rabbeinu said, what do you tell them about other Golas? And it didn't happen. Why am I have to tell them that there's going to be other Golas? So therefore, Daya L'Tzorah B'Shato. It's enough when it happens, we'll deal with it. We don't have to anticipate it. So you have these two seemingly diametrically opposed streams in dealing with what Yaakov did with Esav. So the Bali Musar all point out that the streams are not necessarily polar opposites. Depends on the situation. And it depends on what the danger is. So there are times when the danger is so apparent that you have to deal with it. It's unavoidable. So you have to be prepared to deal with it. There are times when the danger is not imminent. It's fabricated. So for instance, the policy of the Jewish people throughout the ages was never to debate religion with other faiths. Never to engage in a dialogue, so to speak. And every time that we had to, we were forced to. So you have the famous debate of the Ramban, you have the debate of the 300 rabbis in Provence. You have throughout Jewish history these types of events, that the Jews never looked for them. because they said that's really low. You're not going to convince them. You're not going to tell Esav that he should give up being Esav and come learn in the yeshiva of Shem V'Aver. It's not going to happen. So leave him alone. And every time that you raise the issue, you're going to be in trouble. Which history is borne out over and over and over again. That's why Jewish tradition has always been in opposition to interfaith dialogues and these types of things. It's a no-win situation. But there are times that you have to engage. There are situations where you do have to exist in the world. You do have to be part of it. And there Yaakov has to be. And he has to be prepared. And there are different options. So therefore, both streams have great applicability in Jewish life. The wisdom is when to follow when to know what to do. What is the situation that we are in? And that requires great judgment. When we had the prophecy, the prophets told us. So the Navi says, for instance, that all day long we are afraid of the Hamas HaMetzik, of the oppressor, Hamas HaMetzik, and there's no oppressor. What are you afraid of? And on the other hand, the same Navi says, Bovel's going to come and destroy you. You have to take measures to be able to survive. So that's if you have nevuah, so you know when to do what and when to do the other. We don't have nevuah. But Chazal say, Chocham Odif Minovi. Wisdom sometimes is greater than prophecy. And so then in our personal lives and in our national life, this is the issue that always arises. Are we isolated and with ourselves, and who cares, and forget about the rest of the world, forget about Esav, or know whether we have to engage with him with all the options involved and all the dangers involved, because otherwise we will not be able to survive. So that's the Maseh Ovo Siman Lamonim. It's an important part of this week's parsha. Rabbi Chananya ben Akash Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Zakos is Israel. V'fichach chir b'lahem Torah mitzvot shenemar Adonai chafetz v'ma'asit kol yadil Torah v'yadir.